Okay, today I'll be installing a water softener. I just a Kenmore. Here's my water heater. Here's my water main. So you gotta find out which one's your main because I have a sprinkler line and also a regular main line right there that goes to all the water in the house. It's what I want to have, soft water. I don't want soft water in my sprinkler line, and there's no reason to make that soft water. So right here is where it's roughed in for my softener. So first step basically is to unwrap the softener itself, make sure everything's out of the plugs, and you'll have some parts. You'll have a draining tube, so that will be ran all the way from wherever you set your softener to your drain, which you should put like a twisty tie on there or something to hold it down. And then also you'll have a couple tools like these here, and that's all right in the little manual here, so it looks pretty easy. The O-rings are already installed on there, so basically you move the fittings over, line it up. Just pop the top off to make it a little easier here, but once you get these slid on, they slide on really easily. You'll have these little rings here, and then these just clip. I clip around it, and that seals them and holds them to where they need to be. So that's that. Next, you'll need these, and those go right on top here. O-ring's already installed, so it tells you to install the O-ring, but it's already on there. So you put those on there, clip them down, and then again you'll just snap these bad boys on. So when it's all done, it should look like that, basically, as far as hooking it up. We'll get to that part next, but you'll see the wires out now, so I have plenty of wire. And that's basically ready to roll. Now I just got to cut. We'll be cutting into here, running an elbow out and an elbow out, and then one to the in, one to the out. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is, there's a hole here, and that's for your saltwater overflow. Basically, you'll put this rubber seal in, you can see here, and then you'll put that in, and then you'll run a hose from that also to your drain. So I'm going to do that next. In there now, and now I'll just take this. Gets me in there. There we go. You got your saltwater overflow just in case something happens. So, and then you'll run a hose to your drain over there. So you'll have two total hoses going to that drain. So when you hook this up, I'm not going to hook this up right now. I'll hook it up when I'm done. But when you hook these hoses up, you'll need some sort of vice grips or something to pin that down, so you can put it over the top of the hose. You'll connect it, and then you'll release this here, and that will tighten it on there good. So if there's a lot of pressure coming on, it won't shoot the hose off. So okay, so now I have my water softener in place. Basically, I'm going to, here's your in port. Okay, so for the next part, I grabbed some of my supplies. Just depends on what kind of tubing you have. I have 1-inch PEX pipe. It's like a Warsbo plastic piping. So just make sure, I got SharkBite fittings. So mine's 1-inch. Most are 3/4. CPVC or copper, works with all of them. So I already put the fittings on the actual hose, and then this hose will go on the in or the out. Same with this one here. So I got 2 of those, and I got the tube. All together was like, with the SharkBites, I think it was like $70 total. So kind of expensive, but way cheaper than actually having somebody come out and install it. So we'll go shut off the mains. This next part is really crucial. So before you do any cutting into the tube here, you'll want to shut your water main off all the way. So completely shut it off, and then you'll want to run your water out of your lowest point of your house, so like a bathtub in your basement or a sink, and the highest point of your house, so like a bathtub upstairs also. So you can see this one's already pretty much done. And what that does is just takes the pressure out of the drain, so then when you cut into it, you don't get drenched. I'll go upstairs and so now I'm at the highest point of my house, so turn that on. Put it on. Nothing, so should be good. So attach it, and then you'll just kind of move this down. There you go. Now you can bend it down and reattach the lid. There we go. Well, that's steadily attached. You can put it just right there. That's fine. Okay, got that one done. The second hose I purchased just for this. If 20 feet's enough, you can just cut yours and use 2 pieces, but my drains are kind of a ways away, so you just put on the snug. That with my pliers up there, so you can see there it's good. So now I got all that set up. Next I'm going to cut 2 slots, one right here and one right here, enough to leave room for the shark bite to bite into the tube. I got my 2 cuts there, so I got my in and my out here. And yeah, it's ready to roll. So when you do cut it, it's still going to leak some water, as you can see on the floor here. But don't worry about that. It'll be fine. A shark bite, depending on your size, it'll tell you how far up you need to go. So for mine, it has to go at least up 1.25 inches. So same with going down 1.25 inches. That's how you know you got a solid lock in. So I'm going to measure 1.25 inches on each part, so I know that I got them in there correctly. So I have the top one set up. Now I'm going to do the bottom one. What I did first is I turned the main on just a little bit to run some water out of there, so any of the plastic, when I cut it off with my Sawzall, any of the plastic's in there or the dirt, I got it out of there first, so I just ran it and just overflowed it a little bit into a towel. So you can see it's all done, everything's moved. I had to move this over a little bit just to accommodate that, and everything's set up. I got should also use that plumber's tape too, just to make a good connection, but everything's good. If these clamps clamp all the way, that means you're solid. So I'll plug it in, and then I'll run these hoses. Now the saltwater overload hose right here, that one can be right to the drain. The other hose coming out of the top of this should be raised up about 1 inch or so, 1.5 inches. Just put a 2x400 or something, because if water backs up in your basement or sewer water does, it can go in your water softener, and that's not good. So yeah, let's see. We'll get it hooked up and we'll turn the water on. Everything's done. I got it hooked up. I got everything plumbed in. It's not leaking, no leaks anywhere, so that's awesome. It's always a plus. Got my drains running. I actually switched that clear one because it's a lot easier to work with to my longer one out of the back, because that's the most important one, and then I have the black one running right down the middle. And I'll lift that up 1.5 inches there, so then it's not, if sewer backup or anything happens, I don't have to worry about that. But everything's set, so it looks like it's working good. So that's awesome. Thanks for watching the video.